G'day folks, X-Ray Racer 1 here, and welcome to part 1 of Project Upgrade. So this is going to be a two-part series, and as the title suggests, this is going to be an upgrade for my team associated B5M. Now, this is something I've been planning for a little while, and some of the things I'm going to be doing to this probably isn't really necessary per se, but you know, we all buy RC cars regardless of whether they're just for having fun or for racing. Even like real cars, you buy a car and first thing you'll do is put an exhaust system on it, put an air filter on it, put a stereo system in it, whatever. So this is kind of what I'm doing, except I'm kind of, I guess you could say I'm going the whole hog. Now, some of the parts I will be putting on this will be for performance. Some of them a little bit of reliability, and the others is just purely for bling factor. Now, this, for those who have been subscribed to my channel for a while, know that I did a build series on this buggy. I will leave a link down below for part 1 of the build series for this kit. You don't have to watch it all, but if you do, that's cool. This series, this project upgrade is going to be a little bit different to what I usually do. Usually what I do, like in a build series, is I'll go part by part on certain sections of the kit until it's completed. Well, what I'm going to be doing is I will go through with you all the things that I am upgrading, and then off camera I will apply all the parts, and then part 2 I will show you what I've done. Now, some of the parts here aren't all team associated. Some of them are from 3 Racing, some of them are from J Concepts, and some of them are from STRC. I haven't actually got some of the parts in yet, but they are on their way, but they're just not here in the pile. I will, however, tell you what I am doing, and then we'll go from there. So the parts that aren't in the pile yet, I have some STRC aluminium shock bushings. I also have some Lunsford Racing titanium pillow ball studs for the camber links. And while it's also in my head too, I should mention, in the build series for this kit, I did put some upgrades on it while I was building it. I have put some Lunsford Racing titanium turnbuckles. At the back I have a factory team sway bar kit. Also I have on the rear I have factory team aluminum hexes for the back. I don't like the plastic ones. They just seemed a little shabby in my personal opinion. Underneath, you can't see it. Underneath I have a J Concepts carbon fiber battery strap. So those are the upgrades that are on it. As I said, some of the upgrades that I'll be putting on it in this series, in this two-part series, some of it is for performance, some of it is for reliability, and some of it is just purely for bling. So what I'll do is I'll move my buggy out of the way here, and I will go through with you some of the things that I'll be upgrading. So first of all, some of you are probably wondering, what the hell's that? What the hell are those things? Well, these are some 3 racing aluminium wheel nuts. Now, these are not nylock nuts. The reason why I'm not using nylock nuts is, for instance, the standard wheel nuts are nylock nuts, and in a racing situation, you'll be constantly, well, not constantly, but if you're going to a new track, you'll want to be changing wheels and tyres quite often when you start, just for a bit of practice, so you know what tyres are working well for the track conditions. So what can happen is the nylon that's in the nylock nut will wear out. Well, and what can happen is the wheel nut will come loose, will eventually come off in a racing situation. Your wheel comes off and you got 3 wheels. So these wheel nuts are not nylock, they're serrated, and by that, if you look, as you can see here, the back of it has a serrated edge, and what that does is actually bites in to the wheel and then doesn't come undone. And trust me, you have to, the way I put wheel nuts on, you have to be like the Incredible Hulk to undo it again. So that's those. Okay, the next part, I'll show you some J Concept stuff. The first ones, these are for performance. I've already cut these out and put decals on them. These are, didn't need that one, I got another one. These are J Concepts wings for the B5 and B5M. So they'll fit both. These, I didn't really like the factory wing that comes with the B5M kit. I'm not sure if the B5 kit has the same wing, but I got these, and what I might end up doing is, if you can see here, I'll try and bend it a light a little bit. You can see the lines. These are for to adjust downforce. So I might on the other one cut it down so I have lower downforce. So this can help with this is another tuning option. Okay, so the next 2 J Concepts parts, they're aluminium parts. First one here is the aluminium front suspension brace. It's not really a this could be for like a reliability thing, but just remember one thing: when you're upgrading parts, just remember that what you make stronger can make something else weaker. So try and factor in what you're upgrading, because you may need to go further and upgrade the other parts to make them stronger as well. But for 17.5 turn stock, it's not going to be not much to be worried about. But yeah, this is the aluminium front suspension brace. As you see there, it says fits B5 and B5M. Same thing with this part here. We have the J Concepts honeycomb motor mount, and the honeycomb, it's milled out so you can, acts like a heat sink. So again, fits B5 and B5M. Okay, now the next parts, they're all going to be they're like injection molded carbon. Okay, so all these next parts are going to be the same. So we have part of the main chassis. Just give me a sec. So all factory team parts here. So really, when you think about it, what I'll be doing is turning my team kit into a factory team kit. So this is for the main chassis. We have the front and rear shock towers. These are again factory team, carbon molded. We have the front steering arms and caster blocks. We have the rear hubs. Okay, also factory team parts. We have front and rear suspension arms. Again, all made from the same material. And we have the top plate, which is again injection molded carbon. I'm assuming that's what it is. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Now the next part, we have aluminium steering set. So this will fit both the B5 and B5M. And next part here is we have the set screws. They are the 3 by 0.5 by 8. These are for the rear hubs. And last but not least, it's kind of a tuning thing, I guess you could say, but it is really just for bling. We have the B5M aluminium screw set. Now, being aluminium, the screws that come in the kit are all steel, so aluminium is obviously lighter, but factory team blue, it's really just going to be there for bling. So those are all the upgrades that I'll be putting on this kit. So what I will do is now off camera is I will have to obviously strip the buggy down, and then what I'll do is in part 2 I will come back and I'll go through with you everything that I've done, and also I will show all the other parts that hadn't arrived yet, but I'll show them to you once it's all completed. So stay tuned for part 2, folks.